Coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 52. Mike, 53.
From the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Ravens take over first and 10. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. It's spotted at the 14-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Check three. Under 10.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Watch the twist. Big ass. Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Check three. Switch it. Hurry. Mike's 40.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go.
Mayfield to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Staying open. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. I think he gets a mulligan there carrying the ball because he had no shot, and that's why it went backwards.
I still remember in the summer we were at one of the training camps. You were marveling about how much those defensive tackles eat. I think he just inhaled a running back on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. It's caught. It's Miller. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
4 down, 4 down. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 13. Check 13. Check.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A first down carry now for Miller. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
I know he ain't got it. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. You gonna see
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
11-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield, and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kenny Young, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check 49, check 49. Hey, award 33. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check back 40, check back 40. My time.
Mayfield down. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. So they get the 1st down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job.
180. Check 53. Up, up. Let's go, let's go. Check. I got it.
Mayfield on 1st down. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Jackson. Operating from the gun. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
Here's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go, baby. Come on, let's go. Run. Check. Switch.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
180. You want this? Hey. Stay at home. Hey, we're going Mike 40. My touch.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Check three. Tight dog. Hey, alert. 53's the mic. 53, check. X3, 218, chopper.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Mayfield looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jackson down. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him with contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
He's checking. Crash.
Point it right.
SOS.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Set. 180.
Mike, number 53.
Hey, alert 33.
I got one. Shit.
Real.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
180. King. Regular.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go, D. Take four.
Pistol. Hey, Zoo.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. The ball gets bumped up. It's now second and 4 after the penalty. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. Runs over him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the boot. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Alert, 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 alert.
Now Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run. As we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 28 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Jackson to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a... rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, alert 3.
Hurry, hurry.
Shoot.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
180. Check pistol.
Check.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's third and goal.
He's checking credit. Watch the eye.
Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Single receiver. Key eight.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Alert! Hey, alert 33.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
To throw, Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
They're going to need some therapy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Mike, 53.
On third down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor, and they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the fifth time here today. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even go into fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
3 down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Chance.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And 12 at the 38-yard line.
Set, 180. Real.
I got you.
Topper.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Done.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike, 53. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
One touch.
The 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Here I come. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jackson to throw again. Buying time to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9.
We got 4.
Jackson now. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Tight ends right. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Slam, slam, slam. Check 24, check 24.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. A win would be their second on the young season. This fielded at the 2. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And, oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 10-yard line.
Set, 180.
Here we go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.